Um, Father, after what happened, I mean, it's been 3 years now, more than 3 years since Russia's full-scale invasion.
Since the full-scale invasion.
Just what's the feeling today after that?
Well, I think for many of us, for many members of the Ukrainian community overseas in America and in the diaspora in general, a lot of the wounds that we felt after the full-scale invasion began were reopened by what happened at the White House the other night. It was once again, we were overwhelmed by a feeling of despair and a feeling of helplessness and feeling betrayed.
When you saw the tense and heated exchange between the two presidents, what went through your head and what was your reaction?
I wasn't shocked. It felt surreal to me. I couldn't believe that this confrontation was happening at the White House. I would have never thought something like that to have been possible, but I think through a series of misunderstandings and I think not a little malice, if you witness some of the questions being asked after our president showed photographs of emaciated and tortured Ukrainian prisoners, one of the questions that was asked was about his wardrobe, believe it or not. So I think the whole situation was set up as to get him to lose his cool, which I think he did, and which resulted in a confrontation, which felt almost planned. I hate to say it.
And so the feeling, as everyone watches this, what's the feeling today as part of the community that you're involved in?
We all feel betrayed. I mean, this is the President of the United States. Ukrainians are split. They vote both ways. Many Ukrainians did vote for President Trump. Many Ukrainians love and respect President Trump. Many Ukrainians felt that his approach of peace through strength would grant success. And today, they don't know what to do with themselves. They have beyond buyer's remorse. We feel betrayed as a community. And I think it's important to say that this has been a long time coming, and we can't just blame the current administration, although the lion's share of the responsibility rests with the current administration. But I will say this has been going on since 2014, and this beast, this cancer, the Russian cancer, has been in this world for a long time before that, and unfortunately the Obama administration, which flirted with him with the reset button that our Secretary of State Clinton brought there at that time, when they failed to appropriately respond to the taking over of Crimea, when he was caught in an open mic, making deals with Medvedev. These are the chickens coming home to roost, and it doesn't matter, it seems it doesn't matter whether we have Republicans in the White House or Democrats in the White House. Ukrainians end up with a knife in their backs. These are people who have bled and fought for this country. In actually World War II, many Ukrainians, if you go outside, we have a memorial with all the Ukrainian people who fought for this country and given their lives for this country. We have Ukrainians who fought in Afghanistan and were part of the coalition of the willing for George Bush. And where is the support for us when we need it? We are a hostage and we feel like we're being extorted.
So this is something that's been going on for years and years and years, for a decade now, since 2014.
300 years, actually, but this latest, it's just, it's the same old book. It's just a new chapter in the same old book written with our blood, unfortunately.
What, in your opinion, needs to happen moving forward to help the people of Ukraine and really make a difference?
Well, first and foremost, the personal relationship between President Zelensky and Trump must be restored. There were many misunderstandings. It doesn't matter who was right or wrong, or who spoke out of turn, or who broke protocol, or what kind of pants he wore to the meeting. The relationship between Ukraine and America must be restored. And today we actually celebrated Forgiveness Sunday. That is a Sunday where we say we are sorry to one another, and I want both of these men that have the potential to be great men to be able to embrace one another and forgive one another, and so that our countries can move forward in peace and love, and they can stand up to this great evil, which is a resurgent Russia, and neo-Bolshevik Russia, which seeks to reestablish the former Soviet Union, the prison of nations, which murdered not tens, but actually, if you look over the world and their satellites, hundreds of thousands and millions of people all over the world. Yes.
So, stronger together is kind of the message.
Absolutely. We need to stand together. The world needs to be united as the world was united against Hitler and then later Stalin. This is a resurgent Soviet Union. This is Bolshevism come to life anew. He's been talking about reestablishing the Soviet Union for a long time. Putin said that the fall of the Soviet Union is the greatest geopolitical tragedy of his lifetime. And if we don't stand up to it, at least half of Europe will end up behind the Iron Curtain again. We don't want another Berlin Wall to go up. There's a real possibility of that happening now, and most people aren't thinking about that.
Father, is there any final message you'd like to give to the community here in Rhode Island, in the United States?
I am thankful to the community in Rhode Island. I'm thankful to the people of the United States. The people of the United States, like no other people, understand the evils of communism. The people of the United States understand, I think as a people, as a community, as a nation, we understand what we're up against. And I think that our leaders, it's about time for them to start representing us, to start representing the people. If the people understand, leaders must understand this as well. They work for us, for the taxpayers, don't they? So they let them begin to represent our best interests and fight this great evil, this resurgent behemoth coming out of modern Russia.
Perfect. So it's putting the attention back on this big enemy that's Russia. After all they've...
Oh, and they most certainly are an enemy. And I remember going back again to the Obama administration during his debate with Mitt Romney. He said, the 80s cold and they want their foreign policy back and the Cold War is over. Well, the Cold War was over only in the naive minds of our leaders. The Soviet Union became Russia, the KGB became the FSB. The same guy who was a KGB colonel is still running the country. A KGB colonel, Vladimir Putin. Nothing has changed. To us, the Cold War ended. To them, it never ended. It is still very much alive and well right now.
Anything else you'd like to say today, Father?
I ask for the community in Rhode Island and the United States to come together in prayer. For both the United States of America and for our ancestral homeland, our much suffering homeland, Ukraine. And once again, I thank you all for your love and support. Ukraine could never do this without the American people. And we are eternally grateful for that.
Are there ways people here in Rhode Island and Woonsocket can support Ukraine?
Most definitely. Our church it's a small community with a very big heart. And this has enabled us, and not just our own efforts, but the efforts of the whole community have enabled us to raise tens of thousands of dollars to send to help Ukrainian refugee, people in need, even animals that have been abandoned by people fleeing affected areas. And so if you want to reach out to us, if you want to donate, please come. Please come to our services, get to know us, come to our festivals, come to our events. Just ask us and we will let you know, and we will help you if you want to get involved. Please do that. God bless you all.